schools, but it's one that can easily define season trajectories and put the victor on the path to the college football playoff. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Florida Gators, taking on another SEC rival, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. We'll put total leather and we'll get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So LSU's offense will come out first. The Gators devastated and humiliated the Tigers the last time they got together.
Well, the Gators dominated that game in all three phases, and that's something they're trying to do again in this one today. Offensively, it's about explosive plays. Defensively, it's about creating takeaways, and they're going to have to make a play or two on special teams. If they do that, the Gators feel like they're going to win this one again.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. Florida's offense will go to work for the first time. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
Man, I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really nationally, they've got a lot of the best around the country in high school wanting to come play here. So it says a lot if you're RB1 in this offense, but this dude shows you why. Speed and playmaking ability all day long.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Give to the running back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Gators want to move quickly. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quick completion on the out. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
From the gun, the ground game. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. When these two first met in 1937 in Baton Rouge, LSU shut out the Gators. Florida would notch the first road victory in this swampy series when they beat LSU on the Bayou in 1956.
And a lot of history between these two teams because even when there were two divisions in the SEC, this was a constant cross-division rivalry featuring lots of NFL talent and some really dramatic games. I remember being the #1 team in the nation back in 1997, going into Baton Rouge and losing, and the fans rushing the field, tearing down the goalposts. These two teams have unbelievable fan bases and lots of talent on the field.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. Touchdown, Florida! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. There he goes! Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. The play action fake. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the ball comes to rest right there.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football on that play.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Punts it out of the air. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Looking to throw on first down. The quick out. Still on his feet at the 45. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they've completely flipped the field.
Wants to throw on first down. He's got his man. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking to throw again. Unleashes to the end zone. He's got the tight end. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first in the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Can the D deny them on second and goal? He'll do it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gators!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point. And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Hits him inside the 20, still going. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Caught in the backfield. It's high. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll go to the ground.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights right down the middle. Now the lead is down to 11. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. West Virginia is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in Morgantown. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to TCU. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds his tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Quickly out to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He'll take it himself. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in bounds. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. Looks as if he's going to run it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. You just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their heads start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. A little missed opportunity there for this offense.
Quarterback making checks. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Works the middle of the field. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Got his man in the middle.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man quickly. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
when you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And the Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to throw, they'll have to be efficient against the clock. Makes the grab and gets the foot in bounds, and it'll be a first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll go to the air. Big guy smells it. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, seems like every time Florida and LSU get together, magic happens. And halfway through this one, the sparks have been flying. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. The RPO, it's complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Gators in a good spot here with second and short. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Rifles it down the middle. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. It's complete to the left. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the back. From the gun, running back on the move. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here's the handoff. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job on the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Gators! And the route is on.
And you got to be so disciplined when you play the option. You got to keep your eyes on your guy. They lost track of the pitch man. The quarterback pitches it to him. He takes it in the house. Got to be a little bit more sound on defense.
That makes the score Florida 28, LSU 3.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him.
You know, as an offense, you've got to do a better job pass protecting, and you got to start thinking about max protection at this point of the game, because if you don't get hats on hats, your quarterback goes down on his own 2-yard line. You're lucky you didn't give up a safety.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The Gators. The offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but When you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
That's caught. It's Henderson. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass. Makes the catch. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
This is a designed run. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
And that's a first down for the offense.
The Gators have their offense in high gear. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle, it's Henderson. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, great tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
They go to the ground. Breaks the tackle. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touchdown, Florida! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need...
And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Grabbed by the kicking team.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that. Want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
Great place to start for this offense. Let's go. Sends it back in motion. The give as they work on that clock. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Hauls it in. Touchdown Gators! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. Motion from the wide receiver. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, I understand what the quarterback's trying to do. He's trying to get it to his playmaker out there quickly in space, but I don't think he anticipated the linebacker beelining the way he did. It was almost as if the linebacker knew where the QB was going with the football.
Got his man! Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the right. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit as he throws. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabs it inside the 10. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Bringing it out. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, down a throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They're working that left side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Grab near the sticks. It's Burns. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Looking to throw, it's Need. Pocket breaking down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Makes the grab. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. The Gators back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Works the middle. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? They want to throw it. Lets it fly. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
One more play to pad the stats.
Here we go. Low.
Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games